Hello, everybody. Welcome to another fantastic episode of the Final Whistle podcast. As you know, once the final whistle blows, that's when the real game starts.
Yes.
Hey, the European transfer window has come and gone. Well, some are still open, like Turkey, but
Like Turkey.
for the major leagues, transfer dealings is done. And
Yeah, closed on Monday. On that Monday, I was just saying, here we go, here we go, here we go.
it,
I had to check to be sure that someone has not signed my wife because I don't know.
back in the days, before the days of here we go, we just always have to stay glued to BBC and Sky Sports and just be following it. Transfer remote clock zone. But now it's here we go, here we go. You don't even know who is going and who is staying.
Everything was just going on.
But that was a sort of successful transfer window if we're looking at the numbers, the money part of it. Like
It was everyone,
it was very
especially for
successful.
Premier League.
Yep, for Premier League teams, and the financial outlay was massive across the board. People that were buying were buying. People that were buying
hmm
and selling were buying and selling. For clubs like Chelsea and Liverpool, they bought and they sold. For clubs like Arsenal, they bought, but they didn't really get money from selling. Same thing with Manchester United and a whole lot of other teams. But looking at the numbers as a whole, we're seeing like some very very funny numbers that I would like to hear your take on.
This way, to be honest, this window is about numbers, especially in the Premier League. I don't know what happened. It was crazy.
Yeah, it
Like,
was. It was like EPL
in
really.
fact, this is the biggest Premier League window ever. 3 point.
Oh, we just spending money. Yafu. What's going on?
Even before we look at the numbers, me, what do you
Mm-hmm.
think influenced him this time around? What happened? Because everyone just felt like, Arsenal, for example, people felt like, yeah, Arsenal has been a little bit short of the Premier League for a
Mm-hmm.
while. So people thought that Arsenal was going to go out for a striker. That was the original thought. People were just thinking maybe this is the time Arsenal is going to buy a striker. But if you look at what happened, it was just beyond buying a striker for Arsenal. But again, if we keep Arsenal by the side, look at Liverpool that just won the league.
Yeah, and what they did as well, right?
We probably thought that team like Arsenal want to go for it. So yes, we probably saw some of it coming, but I doubt anyone saw Liverpool's own coming. Like
No, like
Banga,
I think Liverpool actually
Banga.
did take, based on their history and the way after Klopp won his own Premier League, they only bought like three players, I believe, and the three players that they bought, they were not up to
No,
that.
it's not even about it. It's not even about who they're buying. What I'm saying is, did you see this window coming? This kind of window coming for
No, no,
Liverpool?
yeah, that's I'm actually agreeing. Like nobody expected Liverpool to spend that much of money. Yeah, they expect them to buy something, but not like
Yeah,
going
but
crazy and spending more than 100, or not one but two players.
the top in the Premier League, the top three guys, the top three spend, the heaviest transfer in the Premier League for this season. The top three are Liverpool guys.
Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
that's
They
Isak
are.
Wirtz and Ekitike. Like I didn't see it coming, but the thing is it got me shivering because I don't know. These are very very good transfers. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
Maybe, maybe
Isak.
I'm the only one that is not actually shivering based on what Liverpool are buying, though. Because
Yeah, your own team too as well have probably done a very, very good. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking as a City fan or I'm speaking as a football fan. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just looking at the quality. But bro,
yeah, the quality is good. They were able to they got Isak at the end of the window. They got Weeds and Ekitike early enough. But for me, I feel like where Liverpool really lack was on the defense. The fact that they couldn't get Gay over the line and now
yeah,
Konate
but they
is
got
that
a defender. They got one young boy, one 18 or 19 years old boy.
young boy is
Like,
not going to come and bench Konate now.
and they got
The young boy
Kakes.
is not coming to come and stabilize their defense. And if so far this season, Liverpool's problem has been keeping a clean sheet. The only time they've kept a clean sheet was against Arsenal, and that's the only time they've been able to.
Yeah, it also means that if you can keep a clean sheet against Arsenal, you can keep it against any other team. That Arsenal is one of
Ah,
the best team in England at the moment. How many
yeah,
teams are
but
better than Arsenal? How many teams?
when it comes to attack
You're going to
wise,
count maybe two.
Arsenal is not
Maybe
the best team right now when it comes to attacking.
I'm not.
That
I'm not.
that's
I'm not
that's
saying in terms of attacking. I'm saying how many teams are better than
but how are
Arsenal
you
as
going
a
to score
whole.
goals if your attack is not that great? If your attack is not gelling yet, I think that's
But
what
it
Liverpool
takes
benefited.
teamwork. But anyways, let's leave that. What do you think triggered team? Nee, what do you think?
No,
What do you
like
think
you said,
influenced team's decision?
Arsenal, for Arsenal, it's been a case of we've been close 3 times now.
Hmm.
We've done second 3 times in a row, and then UCL run. We did quarterfinal and semi-final back to back. Now we want to go a step further, and to be able to go a step further, it's not just by buying anyhow players. They have to make sure that everybody they are getting is someone that can come into the first team without too
Yeah.
much trouble. If you look at the defender, when Saliba went down, Arsenal was able to bring the new guy on, and he
Yeah, like
played
you
well.
guys, there was no
He
fear.
stepped
Yeah,
into the
I think
defense
I
like,
noticed that there was
yeah,
no fear factor. Even when you guys were going to,
exactly.
even
And
when you guys were
compared to
going to
before,
Anfield, I think when
ah,
Odegaard and Saka, there was this calm in the fan
yes,
base,
now Odegaard still did not
we
start the
like.
game. He
Yeah,
started with Merino, Zubi, and Rice, and they were still able to hold the midfield way
I agree with
better
you. I agree with you. I
and
think that
everything.
quality gave you
So,
guys that calmness and look at that game. Look at that game. I think even Arsenal, I see a lot of Arsenal fans still blaming Arteta, even despite the fact that Saka missed that game. Arsenal felt like he probably Arteta probably didn't attack enough. I didn't see that way, but I
I
think
mean, was he
that's
was
what
he
most people are saying.
pragmatic with his approach? Maybe, but that's a story for another day. But
Yeah,
like
yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
for Arsenal, it was a case of we've been there. We want to cross that last line. For Liverpool, it's a case of we've won Premier League. We need to be able to defend, and we need to be able to defend this trophy better than anybody else has ever done. It's not like, oh, we'll just show up and expect, okay, since we are for a current champion, we'll be able to, people will be, maybe they will slack again. The same thing that
Yeah,
happened last
yeah.
season might happen this season. They can't wait on that. And they realized that, okay, they needed a new striker since Nunes was not delivering the goods. They needed a new winger since Jota, God bless his memory, is gone and everything. And they went for what they needed. For teams like Manchester United, they were buying into the manager's idea of how he wanted to
Idea.
play.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they focused
yeah.
on players that will fit into the idea. For your darling team now, you guys have a lot of old legs and you needed to replace them
Me,
with
I didn't
new
even
bodies.
see the funniest part is I feel like we are even supposed to be the one that should have spent much more. I
But people
don't
would have
know.
thought, the
That
only way
window
City
looks
has been
like
able
our win.
to
To be honest,
manage things is.
looking at other people's window. To be honest, our window looked like a
Mhm.
very, very.
No, but I would still give Manchester City
I
A
don't know. To be
minus for your
honest,
window, though. No,
the window
if you're
is
putting grades in
it's
front
like
of
a
it, if you're
poor
putting
one.
grades
It's
in
like a
front of
very poor one to me. I won't lie to you.
I will still give you guys a
Poor one.
minus if you're going to because you guys got
Which A
Czech,
minus? Which A
you got
minus? I wish it's-
you got Czeki, you got Tijani,
We only got
or
three
you got
guys, three
Muri.
players.
I think the only part and that is giving me a headache that your boss did not manage is your right back. Yeah, Lewis is a good right back, but for me, I feel like you guys need a right
Bro,
back, playing
Lewis is
right
not
back.
it. See, Lewis is an academy player for Manchester City. I
Yeah, so
like
it
him,
was it
but
was kind of surprising that your manager did not go for.
Lewis should not be a starter as right back in a serious team. But see, let's not make it about Manchester City. Let's go back to the transfer window.
But
But
yeah, that's what most of the clubs are the reason for.
for me, my own side, I think the thing is that is showing, I think this window, gradually, this has always been there, but this window is also a byproduct of the level of competitiveness in Premier League. Because,
Yeah, so
gone are those days when you have 3 teams, 4 teams competing for the league. That's no longer the case. Right now,
mhm.
if you slack, you have about 6, 7 teams that can go for the league in Premier League. Trust me, if you slack, if you don't take things serious, you understand? So you can
Mhm.
easily just see, because see what happened to Manchester United. It was unprecedented. Nobody saw it coming last season. Manchester United finishing 15th. I can bet with you, if it was gone at those days, Manchester United would have struggled and still finished maybe 10th or 9th. But
Yes,
what
no,
Premier League is saying now is that
yes, no,
if you don't come proper, you can meet yourself anywhere. So,
yeah, and
right now, so teams, nobody will tell you. That's even if you want to stay relevant. That's one. You want to stay
mhm.
relevant, you need to come proper. You now want to even compete for the league, you need to come proper.
Yeah,
That's not because what I'm sure that's it's not just Manchester United. Spurs finished 17th, or is it not 17th last season? Spurs. That's the team that won Europa League. The team that won Europa League in Europe in Premier League finished 17th.
I
The
actually
other
agree with
team
you.
that got to Europa final finished 15th. So
It's a case of two
see what
losers
Crystal
now.
Palace has done, see what Newcastle has been doing, see what Aston Villa has been doing, see what Nottingham Forest did. So if you look at it, the level of competitiveness is very, very high and intense. So I feel like apart from even competing for league, teams understand now that you need to really strengthen your squad to even be relevant in Premier League at all.
Yeah, and the kind of money that they've been pumping into the league and everything is making everybody actually being financially capable to buy what they need. See Sunderland bought like 7 players too, and not cheap and everything. And all this money which goes to something you said earlier too, allowed Premier League again in another window to lead when it comes to financial outlay, to lead the top 5 leagues anywhere
Yeah,
by
so
a lot
I saw
of money.
that.
It's even small money. I think EPL in total was able
I
to
think if you
spend like
sum all the five, they are not
yeah,
even
like
close.
3.5 billion euros.
They are
And
not
the
even
best
close.
person on the league, like Serie A, was like 1.2 million
I think
euros or
see I had
something, like
about
2
1.19
billion.
billion euro. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, not
like
2
it's
billion,
just
1.1.
yeah, it's
Bundesliga.
just ridiculous. Like,
Bundesliga 856, La Liga 681, League One
wait,
661. You know,
but, but wait,
is
looking at where La Liga is at, La Liga used to be top 2 when it comes to money spent, right?
do you even know the funniest part? Do you even know the funniest part? In Bundesliga, they have the positive net spend. The whole of Bundesliga.
Yes, now
Because
because
there's
they made a lot of money from Bayer
they made a
Leverkusen
lot of
selling.
money, about 1 billion, and then
Yeah, they spent and they made,
it's
so it was actually good for them.
even League
But
One have
like,
a positive net spend.
so is this what we are now going to be seeing moving forward when it comes to?
No, I don't. I think what happened is, from what I've seen, this is what I suspect. I might be wrong, but this is
Mhm,
you see, Liverpool, Arsenal are not going to do so much heavy business
mhm.
in like the next 2 3 windows. You understand? I don't know of Man City, Manchester United. If Manchester United are able to get their squad going, I don't think, because Manchester United for a while now, for the last 10 years, they've always been involved in all the windows. I don't know. But they need to get to a time where they also need to slow down. And that depends on the products they're able to get from. They've not been able to get return for most of their transfers in the last few years. If they're
So
able to get this going, I think Manchester United should also slow down. But if they are not, they will still have to repeat the same circle.
the
The only
same, yeah,
teams
the
that the
circle
only
again.
teams that I suspect that might Spurs, if they get it right as well with Frank, they shouldn't, because they've done Seymour, they've got a lot of defenders, they have people up front. You understand? I know Manchester City is definitely still going to buy maybe 2 or 3 players. I don't know when. I don't know, maybe January. I don't know, maybe summer. But what I'm trying to say is, I don't see us in Premier League doing 2 billion, or
I,
I
I
don't see
will,
us doing 2 billion.
I will agree with you on that. It
I
comes
don't see
once in a
us
while,
doing 2
but
billion.
but
Yeah.
yeah, we'll leave it to the people. Let's know your take. What do you think influenced all this team in what they are spending and what they are like what they are buying, what they are selling? And do you think this is going to continue, or this is the peak, and then the next 2 summer window is just going to be very boring one, with teams just buying cheap? What and like Kay said, we don't know what's going to happen with
Yeah.
Manchester United, with Liverpool. We don't know what's going to happen. So me as a fan, I love my A to watch. I don't wish all the players that Liverpool. I'm not wishing them well at all. But let's hear your take. Let's know what you think in the comment section.
And tell us if they've unless confirm if they've not signed you, because they might
Yeah,
have signed some of
exactly.
you.
Maybe here we go as carried you from Baltimore to Las Vegas. Let us know. Thank you so much for joining us.